Oh, when it all,
Yeah.
it all falls down.
This the real one, baby.
I'm telling you,
Chi-Town stand up.
Oh, when it
Southside,
all,
Southside, we gon' set this party off right.
I'm telling you,
Westside, Westside, we gon' set this party off right. Man, I promise. She's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Now, tell me that ain't.
So I've always played soccer. I'm pretty sure I started when I was like 4 maybe. And I just did like the Leewood thing, the Leewood League. And from that, my parents could tell that I was like athletic and I like loved to play sports and I like loved team sports. So, and then I like tried out for strikers. And I think I was like maybe in third or fourth grade. And I like loved that. I met like some of my good friends like Grace Chisholm, Emily Cooper. I met Katie Heiss. I like switched clubs to go to like a more premier team, which was KCFC. And then we all turned into ECNL, so I made that team. My dad would always take me on my out-of-town tournaments, and like it would be like every weekend. And he's also kind of been like my inspiration because it's kind of cool. Like he was number 15, and so all of my soccer years I've been number 15, so I've kind of carried on the tradition. Advice to underclassmen. The biggest thing I took away was just like finding if you really truly love soccer, and if you do, then like continuing to do that. Is like a lot of girls try out for girls soccer, and some of them don't make it because they don't have the grades, but also some of them don't make it because the skill like isn't there. If you're lucky enough to have both, then like you should really appreciate that and like do your best and work hard for everyone else on the team too.
I got a joke. You ready for this? What is the tallest building in the world? The library. Bring. So many stories. My number is 913-596-8814. Come on, ladies.
I don't know, what would my life be like without soccer? It'd be boring, be stupid. You know, without soccer, my parents wouldn't even have met. My dad came from Denmark, played professional soccer here in the States. My mom tried to put me in dance and gymnastics and all that foo-foo stuff. I didn't like it, and so my dad put me in this camp once. And I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Like, I hated dance, I hated gymnastics, like all that stuff, and so I started playing soccer. So everybody always asks me like how I know all these people, you know, from all these different schools, and it always like links back to soccer because it all started with like, that's where I became outgoing. Like I was shy, I was a very shy kid. Like the first time I met East Kids was at a soccer game. That time I was deciding to transfer, you know. Advice to underclassmen would be, you know, not to be scared. Like, well, obviously, like, everyone's gonna be scared in, like, different scenarios, but yeah, you have to be yourself. Like, obviously, you don't say much, but then, like little Courtney, like, we made her talk, and, like, she's so cute, and, it's like people, like, that was me. Like, I totally feel where she's coming from.
She actually plays soccer, I swear.
Do you need another joke? Is that it? Why did the Lion King's son cross the road?
I don't know.
Sorry, I messed up the joke.
Take two.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, here it is. What did the Lion King tell his son when he was crossing the road? Mufasa.
I think I started playing I think it was just kindergarten. I played with Belinda, and I played with the Belinda team up until like 5th grade, I think, so I was kind of late to join club. Then I joined with Strikers, then Strikers combined with Rush, I think like my freshman year, so then I played with Rush up until junior year, then quit. I mean, I think they definitely enjoyed when I played with Belinda just because they knew everyone. But my dad won't make friends with anyone, so he made all his friends with club. He was like best friends with my rush coach. They would go drink together at tournaments and stuff. We had a tournament in Vegas and they'd like go to the casino together. Like East has always been a really good program, and so being a part of that and being like known at other schools, like, oh my God, we have to play Shawnee Mission East, that's such a cool thing to be part of. I mean, obviously the running sucks and the drills suck and the month of practice before games suck, but it's so much fun once you get to start playing the games, and it's just gonna be weird not to have like that daily schedule of practice and games on the weekend, and like having that pride of being like, oh yeah, I'm good at something and I've a team to enjoy wins and losses with. And yeah, it was definitely an outlet. If I had a really good day at school, I could go laugh with my friends at practice, or if I had a really bad day, I could just go like run all my anger out. Or even the days where it was like 100 degrees and you didn't want to go to practice, it was still so much fun to be with your friends. It's gonna be really weird not to have that anymore.
Let's be like start
Fake
like,
hype.
okay, cut.
Go, baby. Damn. What's the temp here, boys? Boy.
It's a bad idea, alright?
Man, the flip-flop. Jesus, dude.
Like, it's so funny, like, looking back, like, my dad bringing, like, orange slices to, like, the little kids' games, and then now, like, when I was little, I would have never expected, like, that it'd be such a huge part of my life. When I was in 8th grade, I did, like, a Nebraska soccer camp because I wanted to play in college. Back then, like, I was looking ahead of, like, playing soccer in college and, like, it being my life. Like, every single day, I like, would go to training, like finesse soccer training for like a conditioning and stuff, and then practice 2 times a week, and then games on the weekends, like, and I loved it. Like, if I wouldn't have soccer at night, I was like sad. Like, I would like go outside and play in my backyard. Like, I didn't know what to do without it. So when I got my first concussion freshman year in the summer, I couldn't play anymore, and I didn't even know if I could play a high school season. And it like ruined me. Like, not being able to do that stuff and like watching my friends like continue to play was like so hard, but it also like grew me a ton as a player and like as a person. I learned a lot more about like who I am as a person without like just soccer as my life. Even this season, having to stop early, I was like still as much part of the team, and like my friends didn't change, and like I could still be there and support my team and like love the game. And I think that's also a huge part of it, is like the family I've made through soccer. No matter what team you're on, or like what team you want to make if you don't make it. And like I mean this, like, take every game, like don't take it for granted, because like me, you never know which game's gonna be your last. And like if you get to be out on that field playing, that's what really counts, is like being out there. And if you love the game, you won't care what team you're on, you'll do it because you love the game and because you love the sport and you love like who you're playing with. You're doing it not only for yourself, but for your teammates and for the school and for the reputation of Shawnee Mission East and for your coaches and for your family. And it like means so much more than just playing a game. Just do it for your team and do it full-heartedly.
No, she had to work at Hallmark. Hallmark.
So your mom doesn't love you?
No, she don't want to come.
For your senior night?
For supporting her recognition, to our manager, Cooper McCall. As a manager for the varsity team. Apparently, Cooper was named the best manager in the state of Kansas.
They say that they actually met playing soccer. My dad's dad was the coach of a girls' club team that my mom guest played for. My dad was at this tournament that they were playing at because his sister was on the club team that my mom was guest playing for, and I guess my mom got hurt or something, and she had to be carried off the field. And some people in my family claim that my dad was there to help and like rode like in the car with her or whatever, but then there are other people who say that he didn't do a thing. For them, you know, soccer was a big part of their lives growing up, sort of similar in the way that it is to me. I was in preschool, I think, when I joined my first team. Soccer was just always something that I was going to do, and that, you know, my parents did, and so it was kind of ingrained in our family culture and became something that we all did and all shared.
I am just so appreciative of their giving up so much time and energy, and even when it was the last thing they wanted to do, to corral all of us and get our little strap-on shin guards and make sure we had water bottles, and we went to like Dick's Sporting Goods so many times for just the randomest things that we truly didn't need but really wanted or thought would help us, like special headbands and like extra tape and like all this kind of stuff. Soccer provided me with somewhere that I could, really be focused and really be driven. I think having that goal of, getting better or improving my touch or, winning a game or winning a tournament, soccer not only taught me that sort of mindset about, how I want to live my life, but then it also, gave me the greatest place to be able to be that way. I don't think I'd be the same person without soccer, but I think that without it, I wouldn't have learned, some of those lessons that I did. And I know Coach Kelly's all about learning life lessons, and a lot of the girls that I've met playing, I'm super close still with some of them, or I definitely know that like without those people in my life, like I wouldn't have, become who I am and, been able to enjoy it as much as I did. Be confident in who you are and what you know and how you can play. What's so fantastic about Shawnee Mission East is our team is not just the players or the coaches. It's all of the parents and all of the family, and it's all of our friends too, who may have played with us years ago, or who we met that way, or who we call, even if you're not actually touching the ball for 40 minutes, or for 40 minutes every single half, or 80 minutes every game. You can do so much good even if you don't have the soccer ball at your feet.
Still glow, oh,